Hello and welcome to my desk. This is Michelle the Stamp Worker, and I am here today for Simple Stories Saturday. And I will be using a collection called Heart Eyes. Now I have 4 sheets of paper and the page pieces. That's all I have, but I think it'll work. When I look through my papers, I have, excuse my camera, it's trying to escape. I have 2 of this diagonal stripe. I love to use diagonal stripes as a frame around my layout. These may be good for cutting apart. Alright, and then this orange, I really hate to use this orange today. Like, I really want to save it for something bright, maybe not even with Simple Stories. I love the tickets on the back, however. So what really calls to me are the hexagons and this diagonal stripe. I pulled in a sheet of Glacier cardstock and a heavy sheet of white cardstock, although I might switch it to a Vicki Boutin Foundations because I am watching Tara or O'Rourke, the paper snob, with her video helping Shannon Keith celebrate, and she used this beautiful mixed media right here, texture paste, and then she put watercolor on top. And so originally I was just going to do a little bit of ink smooshing with speckled egg and or salvaged patina to match the Glacier. However, now I want to pull out a stencil, and I did look at hexagon stencils and I don't think I have one. So then I decided hearts. Also, I went looking for a photo of my new dog Finley and went down a rabbit hole, found a photo of Max. He's no longer with us, but and this photo wasn't on my phone. There was a period of a couple years that I had a Samsung Galaxy phone, and so these photos are only in Google, my Google Photos. And so I forget about the photos over in Google that are not also in my Apple. So I have this heart layered stencil from Keep It Simple, which is really cool for layering hearts. So have, let's see, this stencil that has 3 different patterns, and this one are the hearts, small hearts. So I may use that. And I'm thinking I'm going to go down the middle, and then I'm going to build up with some of these hexagons that are fussy cut out. I also pulled out my 2 hexagon punches, but I'm thinking I would have Glacier and then the white like this. Like that. And I think a vertical design with the photo and then hexagons going above and below and a little on the outside. Okay, I thought it would just be easier to do a voiceover and let you watch my process. Spoiler alert, I ended up using Close to My Heart watercolor paper instead of the Vicki Boutin or the heavy cardstock. And I am no mixed media expert, but I feel like I'm happy with how it turned out. So check out what I do. I end up using my larger hexagon punch to punch out those hexagons on that paper. That saved a little bit of time. It wasn't perfect, but because I ended up distressing all of the edges, I don't believe you can tell that some of them are a little uneven. So I kind of just want to lay out my hexagons in the pattern so I kind of know where I want to put the mixed media. I also just want to make sure I have enough cut out and that enough of the colors that are distributed. You know, so if I have that one black right there, I have another black. If I have a red, I have another red. If I have an orange, I have another orange. And not, you know, right next to it. So they're just dispersed evenly. And of course, I want to try to use the partial ones that were along the edge of the paper because why waste them, right? And I want you to notice at the top of the layout there, I have one hexagon at the top. And that's how I really intended to make this layout. But I ended up putting two at the top, which it's not bad, but it's not what I planned. I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but I think I just went through too many other things that I just forgot. Here I am just kind of marking off where those hexagons are. Then I'm going to set them aside. And then I'm going to get started. I'd love to have a glass mat on my desk. I can't justify it right now unless I continue to do more mixed media. But I don't want to mess my desk up. And luckily I got all of the splatters off that white desk later. So this is a set of shimmer watercolor paints that I picked up at Tuesday Morning, at least, over 2 years ago now. Never used. And I was so inspired by Tara that I thought I would take them out and use them. Now, I was planning at the beginning of the video on using a stencil paste, and then watercoloring over it. In the end, I didn't really have a stencil that would work. I had those layered stencils, and I didn't think that would work with texture paste, trying to put more than one down. My other stencil just had this little area, probably like 2x5 area of little hearts. And so also, if I continue to do mixed media, I need some new stencils. Or more. I have a few, but I need more. So, anyway, I think it's kind of funny, these water brushes. I never used this particular set before. They're from Tuesday Morning as well. And I didn't think they were very good because I could never get them open. Turns out, my husband figured it out, that they actually open backwards. They are not lefty-loosey. I do not know what the deal is. So every time we were trying to open them, we were tightening them. Now that I know which way they open, they're a lot easier to open. And I used my old heat gun because I wanted to put pink splatters on the mint and mint splatters on the pink, and it was still too wet. So that heat gun my husband actually used last year in a bathroom remodel to get glue off of the studs. So we used a lot of scrapbooking tools in that remodel. So here I am, I scuffed up all the edges of all the papers, and then I used wet glue to glue that down. And then to glue that onto the cardstock, I did use some ATG in the middle and then glue along the edges. I am glad that I did not gut that glacier cardstock at the bottom because I think the watercolor paper really needed to stick to it for just stability and where it wouldn't bow and buckle as much. So I did not gut it, but I did gut that black and white paper. And this is the inside of that black and white paper. And I end up using it to cut out some of the images for embellishments. And then I use the edges to messy matte my photo. I think I just came up with that term. I don't know. I think it turned out cute. And you'll see that I took an offcut of the watercolor paper that I had just dipped into the remaining watercolor that was on that silicone mat, and I had just let it dry. And so I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I thought maybe I might stamp over it and make some embellishments, but I ended up matting my photo with it. So I think that turned out cute. And because I distressed the edges of the hexagons, and distressed the edges of all that the background paper, then I distressed all of these edges as well. I couldn't cover up those macarons. In the end, I didn't use that piece of paper. I think I intended to, but I just found it when I was kind of cleaning up my desk. But I do plan on making a second layout with Finley, my current puppy, with the leftovers out of this layout. There's still plenty of hexagons, still plenty of embellishments, and if I use mixed media, I really don't need that much pattern paper. So let me ask you, did you get this collection? How did you use it? Most people use it like with photos of their husband or their boyfriend or whatever, and here I am using it on my dogs. It's kind of funny, but I think I might make a Valentine's card for my husband out of the leftovers too. There's one hexagon that has a little boy and little girl on it, retro style, and I think that would be cute as part of on the Valentine's card. And also, while I'm messy matting my photo, I want to remind you that this is part of a hop for Simple Stories Saturday, hosted by Joanne Bartel, and I will have everyone's channel links listed down below. So be sure and watch everybody's videos. There's a group of talented YouTubers that are a part of this hop, and they always have great videos. So I know I'm excited to watch their videos. I did end up taking 2 days to make this video. I did the mixed media the first day, and then I came back and I finished it off the second day. So remember how I had one hexagon at the top when I was laying it out? I don't know why I put 2 up there, but that's how it ends up. And then you'll see how I made a mistake on the sides. But tell me, if I hadn't pointed it out, would you have noticed? Let's get a little bit farther and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm trying to have an even number of colors and styles of these hexagons. See right there where I put the black straight under the orange? Yeah, that's not how it's supposed to go. And because I did it on that side, I end up doing it on the other side, and I don't even realize until they're glued down and stack that that's not how it was supposed to go. See, on the right it's still right, but on the left it's wrong. I don't know what I was thinking. It'll be okay though, right? Hexagons are my favorite shape. What shape do you like to scrapbook with? And I did use liquid glue because of the mixed media. I felt like it would all stick better. Although in hindsight, maybe I should have put it all down with ATG and then later glued it all down when I knew exactly where I wanted everything. Also, I have this video sped up 4 times. It's usually 2 times. So tell me, do you think it's too fast? Not fast enough? I love feedback. Okay, see how I just put that underneath? Yep, I lined it up exactly the way I did on the left. I don't know what I was thinking, but I wasn't thinking, was I? Oh, I do need to still go back and add a little bit of journaling and the date. I just wanted to go ahead and get this layout finished so I could go up and not be late for this hop. I look forward to this hop every month. And I'm excited to be using my product up. I've used a lot of product this month because I've been using my counterfeit kit / how to kill a kit with style, and I've really gotten a lot done. So 3 videos last week, and this is my 3rd for this week. 6 videos in 2 weeks. I can't even stand it. I don't know if I've ever been that productive. So liquid glue again to the rescue. Okay, well, I want to thank you for spending your time with me. I know you could be watching, everybody's time is valuable and you could be watching somebody else. So I really appreciate you spending your time with me. Please give me a thumbs up and let me know what you think about the layout. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.